Tell them I want them to know. I'm in a weird mood today, just ignore me.
Yeah, that's great. I would rather have that than you in some sort of physical distress, which I hate it. I feel so bad. I'm like, but I really want to play D&D with you.
Yes. No, I have done some recent adjustments to medication and things that are within my body. It's the classiest way I could put that.
Yes.
That seem to be helping. So
Awesome.
here's hoping that continue.
I was definitely thinking of you during my card game tournament because it was at a board game. It's like a board game card game shop, and they had the Dungeons and Dragons tarot deck there. And I was like, oh man, Jerry would love this.
So many, and they're all good.
It was like, I think it was like it looked very official, and I was like, oh man, she would love this. And it was like $40.
Yeah, I think there's a deck of many things that's coming out via them that I want. And it's an artist that does one of my favorite normal tarot decks, Yoshi.
Nice.
So
you'll have to show it off when you get to pick that up.
Yeah. I have a D&D deck that is more of a game than like a tarot deck. I will have to send you the information on. We have 2 copies here too. So
yeah, send me some shots. I always like to see what the card art looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, so it's gotten like perfectly warm here lately, about 75, 80. And I already feel myself drinking like 3 times as much water as I normally do, as the desert is slowly beginning to sap all of the moisture out of me. Ooh, I am parched, friends. Drink water. All right, stream is fired up, candles lit with this chant. I summon Crip. I'm ready to play D&D. I'm ready to not play Lorcana for 2 weekends straight, let me tell you. It was fun, but I am very tired. I am mentally scrambled eggs. So this, combined with everybody's good mood and being back to D&D, this is going to be a very interesting game. Let's do a quick recap of where we last left off, especially for Wangdoodle, who unfortunately had missed last session. Hello, everybody. Minus Bonsai. Yeah, we're on a boat.
Oh, good. Another boat.
Wangdoodle's favorites. More boats. Previously on Arctis Ascended, the insufferable Captain Almaseth has invited you to the SS Silent Arrow, and by invited, I mean you guys are going to take his boat to Rascal's Reef in order to meet some emissaries of the Depth Mother, Nerys Flowborn, an underwater kraken-like mer-lich who has been a disciple of the niche Narcissa Soulblight and desires her skull to be returned to her post-haste. But while Almus has been a less than delightful companion to hang around, his crewmates have seemed very competent, and they have gotten you all out on the water and safely sailing to your destination. Almus has told you it would take about 36 hours to get to Rascal's Reef. And so, you should tuck in and at least enjoy the relatively short jaunt to the mobile, floating goblin fortress where many of Coslow Greenfinger's family may live. Or may not live. They might have been blown to hell or high water by now. Almus had introduced you to all of his crew in turn, and without a lot of further chatter, you all set sail across the waters of Arctis. And as you took off away from the city of eternal night, Maginox, you finally got to see the welcome sight of a new dawn breaking out over the horizon, as the magics that kept the city surrounded in darkness slowly began to fade away as you sailed out into the open waters. Almus had was trying to give you all the provisions he could, even though he was being an insufferable sexist the entire time, and at least offered to make you a nice dinner while you were out over the high seas. After all, he owed Sea Swab a favor or two, and was interested in talking shop and reliving old memories with his old friend. And he was, while mocking Sea Swab at the same time, thankful to have the bird on board, not heaving into a bucket the entire time. The rest of Almus's crew quickly got to work and made sure that your trip was a delightful one. And soon enough, the ship's chef, Marlev the Knife, had served you all a delightful meal of pork chops, Corinthian carrots, mashed potatoes, a meal fit for a queen, as, well, ironically, Rain was. Is. Still is. But was? City's still there, I promise. But, strangely enough, the two entities most resistant to sleep with full bellies, oh, even not with full bellies, Grabella was picking at her meal, soon started to feel drowsy, even though Kozlo and Sea Swab also ate their fill. And soon enough, the two fell asleep at the table, leaving Kozlo and Sea Swab to figure out just who done it. After asking around on the ship and getting a couple clues, the crewmates had told you a little bit about two curious crew members who might have been up to no good down at the bottom of the ship. And thus you had discovered a very nervous goblin. I quickly referred to the board here. Datsadrex, who also maybe possibly sold out his friend Urzu. Avanti, a half Vaki, half fire elemental of sorts. Excuse me, half Vaki, half salamander, who may or may not had a great vendetta against Grabella. With an invisibility potion and spiking your food, he tried to sneak into your room while Grabella was unconscious to put a dagger into her neck. But with some quick thinking from everyone involved, including him trying to clumsily trap the door before you made your way back into the captain's quarters, you dispelled the magic around Urzu, and he appeared behind Grabella with a blazing, sharpened knife in hand, caught red-handed. I'm going to put Wangdoodle on the board here as well.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, I'm happy to volunteer. Yeah.
We're gonna put you in a little room where you were just taking a nap the whole
Congratulations, Wayne
time.
Doodle. You got called up from the Artificer minor leagues.
We made it to the big time, Mama.
Ma'am!
We will return today as you continue sailing on the SS Silent Arrow, as you have just caught Urzu Redscale. With blazing knife and a look of pure hatred across his face, the invisibility potion has been dispelled, and his fate is in your hands. One moment, please. I needed to turn on my ambiance. The scene unfolds back on the SS Silent Arrow as Kozlo Greenfinger has disarmed the trap on the door, while Sea Swab makes sure that no one is sneaking up on you from behind. Rain has dispelled Urzu's invisibility potion, and Grabella was feigning sleeping the whole time. For Wangdoodle, you had taken a nap when you had gotten on board, and were not roused for dinner like the others. They seemed content on just letting you sleep. Oh, I gotta turn down this volume a little bit. It's a little loud for me. Oh, I know why it's loud. 'Cause I'm a big dummy. Like, why is this so loud? I have it playing on both monitors.
Oh no.
It's like, Jesus, I feel like I'm yelling! Yes. Wangdoodle, the sound of a commotion on board the deck of the ship, numerous footsteps stomping about, and the wood creaking above your head rouses you out of unconsciousness. Oslo, it has begun to rain slightly, and the boat begins to heave back and forth even in the storm. And Seaswab, you are more than glad now that the artificer had given you those special boots, and you can hear them making percussive air noises as they try and keep you steady. For Rain and Grabella and the still sleeping Marlev the Knife, the blaze of the fire that was alighting the dagger goes out. And seeing that he's caught, and not wishing to continue, he puts the knife down slowly and lets it drop from his fingertips. It goes clattering to the floor. Its flame goes out. What do you do?
Well, that was a little anticlimactic, actually.
He takes a couple of steps back, worriedly, glancing over at Marlev, who is snoring into a plate of mashed potatoes and pork chops. Seeing no help from him, he tries to look over Rain's shoulder at the door, which has closed behind her.
Grabella is going to jump up right in front of him to try and make him pee his pants off.
Make me an intimidation check with advantage, Grabella.
It's kind of scary.
It's kind of scary. Hold on, let me fill up the chat a little bit so chat can see the chat. Sorry, I haven't scrolled down. Alright, Grabella with a 15. Urzu looks at you with fright. He is clearly intimidated by you and does not look towards the dagger. Otherwise, he appears to be unarmed. He appears to be a young Vanti man, part salamander, part Vaki, clearly from the area of Vakaris.
You should get talking before I think about doing otherwise. Convince me why someone who is continuing to help your people deserves what you tried to do to me.
His lower lip begins to quiver, and as you look, his eyes begin to well up with tears. His fingers clearly beginning to tremble and shake, ball into fists. He looks at you with what can only be described as pure hatred. My parents will never see each other again, thanks to you. You and your friends. You've done terrible, horrible things to Vakaris and Ophis. He provided so much for my family. And you people, ever since you all started showing up at Vakaris, it all went to hell because of you!
No, you're telling me you like to go to war whenever he snaps his fingers and do everything that he says all of the time. You're telling me that this is better.
He's provided everything for us, everything we could ever want.
And you don't think that Maginox could attempt to do this? Or have you jumped to a wild conclusion without seeing something through?
Maginox helping somebody accept themselves? Doubtful. Hasn't happened in the history of anything. All they care about is keeping their stupid undead alive as long as possible. If you can even call it that. You guys should be in the ground. dead, buried, and at
She
peace.
is going to pick him up by his shirt at this.
He whimpers. If you kill me, you're just proving me right. All
No,
you,
but I'm
all
gonna
you people
continue.
know is death.
I am going to continue to scare the shit out of you, so maybe you'll listen to somebody for once instead of whining.
He swallows a little bit and braces his jaw. You can see the muscles in his face flexing. He's trying to get some newfound resolve. You will
You have
kill me.
been-
It'll just prove you're all monsters.
You have a new house and a new chance at life. And a new chance to do things without somebody telling you what to do. Or making you all go to war, including the youngest among you. Are you telling me freedom is worth more than having some amount of magical power? Because I'll tell you what,
You
As someone-
locked us out of the plane of fire. My parents, they can't even come over anymore. They're there forever. Forever. We're never gonna see them again.
people have been sent to go down to find more people. If they are to be found, they will be brought back.
Yeah, and even across the plains? Yeah, I didn't think so. He
Where did they
sniffs,
end up?
clearly crying now.
Where did they end up?
She puts him down.
He sniffs and wipes his cheek. They were high-ranking magisters in Novus's domain. He sniffs.
Well, I would give it a week or two before Novus is dead, and whoever accomplishes this will send back everybody they can. Are you foolish to think that we wouldn't take care of the entire thing so you all could truly be free?
That's not what the other Vakarans said. When we went to Zeskob's goblins, we saw some Vakarans there, and we started talking. They told us all about what was going on from Vakaris. People scared, leaving, being chased by Magmarans, murdered in the streets.
Yeah, and then there were also the people trying to enact the slow upon the halls of where the college is. Did you hear about that? Your lands would have been more fucked had we not showed up to do that than had we not made it in time. If you
No,
want to
but-
know anything that's going on, you could come straight to talk to me anytime. But trying to kill me instead of asking me what's happening is not very smart. I
Oh.
get you all are hurting.
They had left that part out. They told me
Yes,
that people were dying because Novus was dead. The Novus no longer had connected Plane of Fire and Vakaris together. And that it was because of you.
that is because we are giving you a chance at a life that is your own. There will be a lot of work that needs to take place so you can have any sort of magic or whatever it is you desire going forward. But that takes time.
And so
I had to
you-
make a snap decision between your people being inflicted with the slow and potentially him sending all of you into a war that Grana would have slaughtered each and every one of you by the second. She nearly got past the schools into the rest of your areas. Do you know who stopped that?
Who?
Thus.
He's quiet.
I don't know where she's screaming now, but I'm sure she's pissed wherever she is. But she was trying to murder somebody very important. Somebody that has chosen that they don't want to be important going forward. because that is their choice to make.
But what about all the Vicarans that have to leave Vicaris now that you say the Magmarans are breaking down the walls, storming the city, pillaging?
We are sending what military you have here back down there quite often to retrieve and save as many people as possible. We have built a house. Well, you're sharing a house right now. It isn't ideal, but we're trying to give you as much of a leg up on a new start as we can. But that can't happen overnight. And I can't go around telling everybody exactly every detail of things. But I will tell you this. Any of your people that have any freaking questions, they can come directly to me. I am not afraid of answering any question that needs to be answered about the terrible decisions we had to make. I'm not happy about what did happen, but of the options that were available, it was kind of the best one. I do hope that they find your parents.
I do.
They're working as hard as they can, and our friend that went to take care of Novus he'll bring back whoever he can. He's that kind of person, I promise.
He nods. I'm sorry, I got so heated. I don't understand what came over me. All I just wanted was revenge. Something taken from you, like I felt it was taken from me.
Be careful. People are going to try to weaponize your anger and your sadness. They are going to try to get you to do things that they're too much of a pansy to do themselves.
Such a fool. I feel like I was played the whole time. They had left out all those parts about, well, you stopping the assassins.
Yes, and the slow being introduced to your area from what your majesty behind us has told us. That could have messed things up really bad. And might have messed up things pretty bad anyway.
He nods.
I'm not proud that we had to make that decision. But it is the best of what there was. And it's not good. I would love to have made everything perfect in this a quick and smooth and easy transition for you all, but that's not how the world works.
Nothing can be easy, can it?
She puts her hand on his shoulder.
When I did have a life, lived a life of war and battle and being to do whatever I was told. I moved up the ranks out of luck more than anything. I could beat the shit out of someone, don't get me wrong, but not having any agency over what I was doing or where I was going was not a good life. In this one, I have gotten things I have wanted, things I didn't expect or ask for, and some really good things. And I'm trying to make what parts of the world better that I can, but I am only so powerful.
Ezra sniffs. I always was told that the Reborn didn't remember their life. They came back as monsters, then became tamed enough to interact with society again.
That is a lie that someone in Vicaris started a very long time ago. There's a lot of prejudice towards the Reborn from your people. I have had many long talks with your general about this. We come back with parts of ourselves and fragments and some of that we can kind of get to know better as we go along, but, nobody comes back as a monster. That I can tell you. We're people just like you.
Do you, mean to give him a lie, or
That is me not knowing then.
Okay. Okay.
If there is some sort of retraining of the reborn, I have not been told this.
Okay. At least for Rain, who would definitely know this even without an Arcana check, not all reborn come back in a manageable manner and wish to integrate with society. There are some that come back with problems, significant issues that would prevent them from reintegrating. Things such as, I only desire to consume human flesh, or are more or less mindless but given a purpose. So not all reborn are as lucky. Some are more filled with rage and driven by desires. Much closer to the feral undead than, well, say, Grabella would be.
I would be down for being corrected. This has not been told to.
No, that is definitely something that your character might not even know.
Yeah.
As Ezru nods and looks down at your feet. The captain's gonna put me in the brig for this.
It'll give you time to think. So maybe when we get back, we could get you back to the house and, well, I know Charlinda Pay, Annalie, and,
Remind me of the general's name. I'm so blanking on it. today.
Volca.
Volca can tell you what they know if you want to hear it from your people instead. Obviously, some of it they heard from us, but Kozlo's upstairs, and well, Cezanne saw parts of it as well, but
No, it's fine. Maybe it's best for me to just stay on the water and not take my chances with either Maginox or Vicaris. It's all because I stepped off this damnable boat and buried my nose in Vicaris business. Again.
you should go see what's happening to your people and at least check in with Volca to see if they've heard about your parents, and I'll check into finding out what's going on the plane of fire. It's not an easy thing, but I think I could talk to somebody that could talk to them.
He nods and resigns himself to his fate and sits down at the table. Well, better go tell the captain. I'll go willingly.
Yeah, it will be up to him. I don't like bossing around somebody that's already got a boss, but take it as an opportunity to think about what you want next, yeah?
Resigned, he stares at the table and does not respond.
Corbella will sit here a little exhausted and emotional herself.
Wangdoodle, Seaswab, and Kozlo. What are you guys doing? You hear the yelling in the room die down to a conversational tone, and soon enough, things go quiet. Wangdoodle, you see Kozlo and Seaswab hanging out outside this door, watching it, listening, standing in the pitter-patter of the rain.
Wangdoodle will just stand, head cocked slightly off to the left, and just wait for something to happen preferably before whatever this itching in his nose does.
Should we go in there? Do you think they killed him?
Killed
Ozil
who?
will like put his ear up to the door and try to hear.
It does not sound like anyone is speaking within. Perhaps they're all dead.
He will shove open the door and step inside.
Inside, there is a very not familiar face of a red-faced Vonti character, a half serpentine, half drow elf, sitting at the table, his arms and head covered in a fine layer of red scales, the rest of his flesh pale and patchy. A mop of black hair sits atop his head, looks like it's been cut with Marliv's knife. Marliv, a hobgoblin with a thick bushy beard, is fast asleep with his head using a plate of pork chops and mashed potatoes and blue Caranthian carrots. No carrots, those were taken, as a pillow. Rain and Grabella appear to be standing in the corner away from the pouting Von T, who turns and looks as the rest of you enter the room, and he lets out an audible sigh.
Grabella is kind of like, she's a bit sad, but she's also just like frustrated to tears because like she's trying to do the right thing and it doesn't seem like she can ever accomplish this. So she's just sad.
It is a tough position. Although you are making a significant difference, it seems like it has riled or gained the ire of at least some who are loyal to Novus. Even though Ezru has clearly been manipulated by another.
Kaza will just look around, see that no one's dead. Just kind of go,
Well, looks like everything worked out then.
Yep, I think Ezu's just about to turn himself in, actually.
He can join up with the other guy we threw in the jail, with the brig.
He stands up. Yeah, I was, just leaving. Slowly dragging his feet the entire time, he places his hand on the doorknob and leaves.
We should probably follow him because Kozlo has the keys to the brig.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll make sure that gets taken care of.
and Kaza will just follow along with him until he finds the guy.
Ezru is outside, staring up at the rain. Almus is standing before him, with arms crossed, and an equally cross expression on his face. Well?
While they're talking, Kozlo's gonna go back downstairs and he will actually let the dude out that they locked up.
Okay.
Because we had made a deal of like, if what you're telling us is true, maybe I'll come back down and let you out.
That is true. Wait, Kozlo's POV over here? Oh yeah, I can.
We'll just walk up to the door.
That's Drex.
Quietly.
He's sitting on a cot and looks up as you approach.
Just quietly takes out the key, unlocks the door, fails to break the lock, apparently.
Gives it a good pull. Yeah. Was this you found a zoo already?
I'm trying to think how Kaza would respond.
I keep my word. Well, except for when I don't, but let's not worry about that, yeah?
He just walks off.
Yeah. Thanks, cuz. Almus leads Ezru to the brig.
Kozlo, I didn't see him if I was running around and he was there. As Kozlo would pass them, he would just pass Almus the key to the brig.
Okay. He will take it from you happily.
And Kozlo returns to the front area.
Grabella,
Yeah.
would you like to talk about what just happened?
I hate all this. I hate helping people but not being able to help them the way they want, and then people manipulating people like that young kid.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah. I knew there would be some anger and stuff. Part of me felt like I should have stayed back and helped with people so all of these lies couldn't spread, but what you need done is pretty important, so
Well,
I can't be everywhere at once and do everything at once. It's tough.
if it helps you feel any better, I've been trying to do what I've been trying to do for a very long time. And lots of people need help along the way. And sometimes it's hard balancing when the right time is to help somebody, even though you know the thing you're supposed to be doing is for the greater good. For example, we're on a ship, sailing off to the middle of the fucking ocean right now, rather than saving the entire fucking world because one lich or whatever seems to think they're more important and get to take fucking hostages or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the first, but he won't be the last. And I get why they're angry. I would be angry too. I just did the best I could.
Well, I don't know, I've started to come to consider assassination attempts a bit of a sign of endearment. It means you're doing something right. Because the only people who issue assassinations are assholes with way too much money and power, who are probably abusing everyone anyway. So if you're pissing off them, you're pissing off the right people.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, I'm just still... all this politicking and all this... trying to figure out what's best for people that I do care about. It's just hard. Definitely, you're much better at this kind of thing than I am.
Oh dear, no, I'm not.
Well, you fake it pretty good.
She smiles with tears in her eyes at her.
Well, thank you. But you're in good company. A lot of people here have overthrown a state government without any plans of what happens next, so here's to good company.
Yeah.
Well, there's still some rum on the table if you wish to partake.
No. Won't be. Nope.
Kozlo seems to be eyeing the carrots hungrily.
I
Eat carrots. Don't eat the carrots.
A blue carrot tumbles out of Marlev's sleeve.
I wouldn't eat the carrots. Weren't you the one that found out the carrots were messed up in the first place, Godzilla?
Yeah, but if I eat one of them, maybe I can sleep through the rest of this annoying boat trip.
Man,
That might
that's-
be. I mean, look at Marlev. He is passed out. He's having a heckin'
fair. Alright, well, I did want to spend the night, like, at the rug of your bed, Miss Rain, so we can make sure nobody else is going after anybody else, though it appears I was the person everybody's pissed at this time.
I'm sorry, I missed. What was the first half there? Was that even common?
Probably not.
Do you want to stay here the night? Is that what you're proposing? Because you are more than welcome.
Yeah, I just want to make sure nobody's messing with you.
I appreciate that.
Basically, Grabella's just trying to feel useful after she feels like she's failed.
It was rather impressive, though, how you managed to not kill the assassin and actually made him feel bad for what he did.
Yeah, we do that a lot. Make people feel bad about themselves.
Well,
It's kind of what we do.
yeah, but, thanks, I guess.
She could.
Well, shame is an impressive motivator, I have found. I'm just not very good at eliciting it. I usually just kill them.
That's the easy option.
Bro, how are you like 0 for 3 and
They
getting
kinda-
assassinated, but like all of your assassins are still alive?
Yeah, one of them's one of my best friends now. Grana's great.
Can we get Grabella a weapon that does emotional damage?
I think I am just the weapon myself.
Just need to take a level of
emotional
monk.
damage. Speaking of which, with an equally loud slam of the table and a whoosh as the door whips open with the wind, Almus enters and shaking off his coat from the rain and closes the door behind him. Well, I just had a not so lovely conversation with those dastardly bastards who are currently spending some time in the brig, and I feel I must personally apologize. This was,
It's
I assure
not
you,
your fault.
not intended. This was supposed to be a nice trip. One where I could potentially impress your new queen with some delightful cuisine, a safe boat ride, and of course some witty banter. But it turns out I'm currently 0 for 3.
You made the trip before I could, actually, Almus. I'm impressed.
While
I
they're
have
talking, by the way, Kozlo is going to like pocket a couple of the poison like sleep carrots.
okay. Absolutely. You get a couple two Corinthian carrots, and you stuff them in your bag.
2 Corinthian coma carrots.
Yes.
He looks at Sea Swab like, and he just gives you a look of, I've gone and just fucked it all up again, haven't I? And you can see his
Caesar's gonna give
shoulders
Almus
slump.
a look of like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
My crew was told to be on their best behavior, and yes, I gave them some time on land. Perhaps I should be more strict and tell them never to leave the boat next time. I did not know one of them would come back with murder in his heart.
No, it's not his fault. Somebody took advantage of him and his anger and... Yeah, I get it. You definitely keep him in there and let him think about stuff, but... He doesn't deserve to die. There's been enough of that.
I've never met a young man like Ezra so searching and yearning for the burning passion of adventure like him. I believe that's what drove him to the surface anyway. He marvels at the rain, at the water, and looks at it with such intrigue, with so many questions. I hope to have helped him answer on his travels. I did not think those questions in his brain would also be, well, about things that have happened below Maginox that may have incensed him.
His family is missing. I would be upset too.
I see. Although he considers, well, this crew and myself his family, I could see how he would be concerned about his birth givers as well.
Yeah, and what has happened is it's kind of a big deal, so I get it.
That's also one of the grossest ways I've ever heard someone describe parents.
What? Birth givers?
I mean, it's kind of true, though.
Many
Think
people.
about it, gross.
Yes.
One of them's a lizard.
Many people sire children, but not all of them raise them.
Very true.
Well, he crosses his arms across his wet jacket, and for a moment just looks all the sea elf he possibly can. Well, I suppose
If you could just let him think about it and not do anything bad to him, he'll be okay, I promise.
I will take your suggestion into strong consideration. But this is my ship and I am its captain, he may need some additional incentive to not be a bad boy. And perhaps not seeing the rain and the water for a time will be punishment enough. He looks at Sea-Swab. Sea-Swab, make me an insight check.
Insight. Oh my god. One of my worst ones.
For anyone, like Almus keeps a tight ship. That is for certain. And Almus is, he is fond of something called the box. And if anyone that is not deserving of the brig, but something a little more traumatizing, it is essentially a small box. It is surrounded by many more boxes. It is isolation. And then a bunch of insects are put into it.
The boo box.
The boo box. You have a feeling that is Ezru's destination. At least for a time. It won't kill him. No. But it will certainly make him not want to be in any enclosed spaces for a very, very, very long time, which ultimately is Almus's goal. He wants Ezru to be drawn to the open air and the water, and not going into town, in buildings, and in other enclosed spaces. But you do have a feeling Ezru might be sleeping on the deck of the ship for a long time.
I would have just killed him, but maybe the box will be good for him.
He's young, and he will learn. My dears, is there anything I can possibly do for you to make this trip a little more comfortable. I'm all ears.
Well, your quarters is already going to be a lovely place to rest and recuperate.
Yes, of course.
Probably need new dinner though. I don't know that we want to eat more poisoned food.
Another round. Well, I better rouse Marliv with some of this. He opens up the mysterious vial of smelling salts again. He just turns his head away while he holds it under Marliv's nose. Marliv gives it a quick. He starts drooling a little bit, and then he turns the other way and fluffs his pork chops a little bit and falls asleep on the other side of them. He shakes Marliv a little bit. Marliv!
Maybe just like a few loaves of bread and like some beer, Almus? That's probably fine.
Did I, like, slap guidance gum on Almus to help him wake up Marlev?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kazel will just, like, as he's been just chewing away at things that aren't carrots on the table that are still there, like, I could just pull out a bit of gum and just slap it onto Almus's coat while he's trying to shake Marlev awake.
Oh, that seems sticky, but lucky. Oh. Marliv, no sleeping on the job. In fact, we've got a brand new shipment of Corinthian carrots that just came in. Corinthian carrots. Oh, I better go protect. Oh, I go prep him. Marliv scampers to his feet and quickly leaves. Ah, there. You see, you just gotta know how to inspire him properly.
Did we get a new shipment of things while we're out in the middle of the sea?
No, of course not. He's just going to have to make do. And hopefully he won't be using the same tainted ingredients. Now that he knows the carrots are foul, he won't use them. But we have some other options. I do have some cow. I also have some chickens, eggs, and other meat stuffs. But yes, I will see to it that you are fed and happy for the remainder of your trip. Feel free to move about the boat, and if you wish to spark up any conversation with both Datsdrex and Ezru, they are in the brig. But I do not suggest humoring them, nor telling Ezru about the box. Admiral Almus leaves.
Well, while that all sounds like riveting conversation out there, I do feel like we perhaps should have a conversation about what we are going to do should a horrifying sea witch show up to where we're going.
Maybe a good plan.
Is the sea witch susceptible to cannons? Because we got plenty of those.
Presumably. I think most things are susceptible to cannons in one form or another, Wangdoodle.
I mean, you never know for sure.
If they're not, you just make a bigger cannon.
Yeah, I guess that's accurate.
Kozlo, couldn't you just imagine just the scope, the importance you could have of finding a target that's impervious to cannons? I mean, the research alone would keep you rich for years.
Kazel just like has this look on his face like, what do you mean impervious to cannons? That doesn't make sense.
There can always be a bigger cannon.
I mean, I'm sorry, the bow breaker. I don't have room to talk about a bigger cannon.
I mean, we literally just blow it up like we do everything else, right?
Can't fight you if you're dead.
Well, that's true. There's a matter of how we blow it up, though, right?
I mean,
Well, I mean, you all seem mystified when I threw things up in the air and you could just hurl fireballs at them.
well, I mean, if it ain't broke, might as well go back to that one.
Sure, that's certainly on the table, I suppose. There are other things I can do, though.
I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel, right?
We could. We've got how much time out here on the water?
Oh, God.
You know, wheels have been in need of a little reinventing for a long time, I think.
Tech Disruptor Coslow Greenfinger.
I'm gonna
Let me
start a new
introduce you to
company, and then I'm gonna lay everybody off.
Let me introduce you to Oval, spelled O-V-L. Well, there's one thing to consider. I feel like maybe just to get right out there. Presumably, this, what is her name again? Phinia? Is quite the prolific spellcaster herself.
Oh, Nerys?
Nerys. Oh, yeah, whatever. I don't know. I was about to just call her like Phineas and Ferb, honestly. This is where I was going, but yeah. Nerys. We'll show her some respect or whatever by calling her a real name.
I think we
This
should just give
time.
her a new name every time.
I like this. Just
I
mock
thought
the
about
witches.
Nerys, but I was like, certainly, Nerys is way too close to Narcissa. That would be weird. What are they, sisters?
I mean,
I don't know.
Aren't
So what
they
do we need to
kind
know
of?
about Salagathor?
Christina furiously scribbling notes.
Like, fuck! Personally using too many females that start with the letter N.
that's why Volca, I couldn't remember, I still can't remember her name because there were so many V names for a while.
The Vaki like
My
V's,
brain-
it's true!
It makes sense. That just starts Maya.
Didn't we have like 3 variations of Natalia in the World of Darkness campaign? We had
Oh,
like, a
yeah.
conversation.
Man, I ran out of Russian names. You know how hard it is to come up with Russian names on the fly?
There's only like 6 Russian names, guys. Come on.
Well, and Russian names that people can understand. Well,
Yeah.
Natalia, Natasha, Narcissa. Shit.
Bobovka.
Naduza.
Ivan.
Female names.
Oh,
Piotr.
Ivan the Terrible.
Anastasia.
Ivana. Shut up, Wang Doodle Cheeks! You owe me a Coke.
See, 6 names we got about the 6th. Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go.
exactly.
Nailed it.
See? Same problem.
Good job.
We have now exhausted every Russian name.
Karenina.
While the thoughts of Nerys and the impending anger that you are most likely going to receive from the Relich, eventually Almus comes back, Marlev comes back with another plate full of food. This time on the tray, thick cut steaks, more mashed potatoes as he has discovered that these are safe, thinly sliced squash sautéed in butter, and a fat, plump cherry and rhubarb pie, which he places on the end, still steaming hot, and he places a small handkerchief over it, just to make sure it stays warm enough to eat after you've finished your meal. And of course, as a quick appetizer, a big bowl of soup with thick-cut potatoes and no carrots in it, unfortunately. But otherwise you can see big chunks of tomato floating around in a thick tomato broth. Looking very satisfied with himself, he looks at the spread and gives himself a proud nod and stands there with chin held high, beard waving in the wind. Boy, yeah. Well, mate, if you like the last one, you'll love this one. I baked a pie.
You know, I wasn't a big fan of the last one. On
What?
account of the whole putting everybody to sleep thing.
Yeah, I I kept a real good eye. I locked the door behind me. Ain't nobody else coming in my kitchen except me.
Look,
And you-
I don't care.
They don't call me Marlev the knife for nothing.
You cut out, Demo. I heard what you said in the house, though.
Yeah, say it again.
He said something about I don't care what you do in your kitchen.
Yeah, because Marlev was like, no one was coming in my kitchen but me, so I said, I don't care what you do in your own kitchen.
Yeah, you peeked out. Damn it.
Yeah,
All right.
that
What?
totally happened. That's fine.
Well, all right. Well, as the captain insisted, make the best meal you can for your guests. And there you go. Fresh steak, big pie, little soup. Oh, and some bread. There you go. Please, enjoy.
Thank you,
Whoa,
Marlev.
before you go, you
Oh,
wouldn't mind taking a bite of this pie first, would you?
I'd love to, but it's common courtesy to let the guests eat first, but considering
I
the
wasn't
situation...
Wasn't
Hey.
asking.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm not gonna have any, so you go ahead. You have my piece.
Yeah, boy, that's very kind of you, Grabella. So, muster on over here, made it fresh with some...
C-Swab is like very intimately watching him, making sure he eats it.
Cuts into it slowly, almost sensually, kneels down and gives it a good sniff. Oh, I think this is my best pie yet. Takes it out, it's dripping with cherries and rhubarb, places it on the plate, takes the fork, sticks it in the pie. You can see the flaky crust becoming crumbling under the pressure of the fork. He spears some rhubarb and a cherry, puts it in his mouth, gives it a chew, kind of squints a little bit. Oh, the sour of the cherries hitting a little hard. Little tears kind of well in his eyes. Oh, it's the good sour. He keeps chewing. Oh, yeah, still warm. Oh, yeah, all right if I take another bite.
Like I said, you can have my slice, buddy. I appreciate you testing, trying, so on and so forth.
I would only wear it if it was a little bit, might bit too hot. I will need it for another 10 minutes or so. Otherwise,
Thank you.
delicious. In fact, well, with you all sitting here watching me, I'm getting a might bit uncomfortable. So, if you don't mind, I'll take the rest of it to go.
C-Swab's gonna be like, yeah, alright, you can go.
All right. He, whoop, cheers.
What? Was something supposed to happen to him?
No, Wang Doodle, you should dig in.
You know, I'm not hungry immediately after waking up. I'm okay.
It's nothing suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Or not be suspicious. No, wait, we're
Wait, Doodle, let's
suspicious.
just say that the reason everything was so tense in here from the start was because the last batch of food he brought us.
Oh. So he really shouldn't be allowed to cook that.
Cuzzle will like pull out one of the carrots that he stowed away and show them to the group and then put it back in his bag.
It waggles lewdly.
C-Swab's gonna like look up at like across the table at Kozlo, like look up from eating, see the carrot, kind of like smirk to himself, and like go back to like eating because he knows that it's good now. But like C-Swab's basically thinking like, it feels good to be back on a boat. This is where I belong.
And you got 2 meals out of it. The steaming hot piles of food sit before you. Well, the only person who can truly not enjoy it as much as the rest is Grabella, though the smells are comforting.
And Garbella's just kind of curled up, chilling, watching everybody. Not that she's hungry ever, but she's not gonna even try that stuff.
All right, and I will ask the ominous question of who partakes in the feast.
C-Swab does.
Yeah, Kazo will.
Wang Doodle?
Nah, I'm intermittent. God, this word's hard. Intermittent fasting.
Perfect.
Right?
Here we go, Cosmo's our turn to fall asleep.
Rain does not, because Rain is pretty full from the first round.
Surprisingly, I would think Kazo was full from the first round, but Kozlo and C-Swab, you both gain 15 temporary hit points, which will not go away on a long rest. They will stay with you until they are spent. The rest of you...
Oh my god, these temporary hit points sure do taste like moral superiority!
My god. He's right, but my god.
He's right.
The temporary hit points remind me of Azrael and his sweet Twilight Sanctuary.
You do miss
Their sweet Twilight Sanctuary.
Their
There.
sweet Twilight Sanctuary. I apologize.
Also, I'm just gonna call back to the point when Grabella was like, they're gonna make sure everyone gets okay. Everyone's okay down in they'll send everyone back thing. That's what Azrael's like. Yeah, is that what Azrael's like?
I think if he can save people, he will.
I don't think, technically speaking, Azrael actually has a way back. That's not actually technically true. Azrael can banish themselves. But
Yeah.
who the fuck knows where Azrael will go if that happens?
Just keep banishing yourself until you end up in the right place. It's fine.
We know Azrael is probably no longer can call the prime material plane their home. But we don't know what their actual home plane would be now.
Yeah.
Azrael definitely wouldn't like necessarily. He'd save, or they would save people for sure. But there'd also be some beings where he's like, Pokemon.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
for
what
sure.
Azrael banishes themselves and just shows up in fucking Pallet Town.
But I figure, like, he knew what happens in Vicaris, and if he saw people that were trapped there, he'd attempt to
They.
help if he could. They would attempt to help. They could.
I don't know.
Grabella
I
would
guess we'll find
probably pray about it, but she'll also make an attempt to, like, actually go talk to Roxy, who can speak more directly with him, but that will happen when we get back.
Mm-hmm.
But Grabella would attempt to pray about it. She just doesn't actually have a point in cleric because I'm too stupid.
Azrael accepts everyone's prayers.
There you go. No, Grabella would pray about this particular thing.
Didn't Kozlo take a point or no?
No, you all
Kozlo's
wimped out.
Kozlo's also dumb, but what I did was I'm nowhere near being able to have enough wisdom to take a point in cleric. So what I did instead was take another point in charisma, so that next level I can take a level in warlock and just think I'm a cleric. Very not.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I have way too many points that I'd have to get to become smart enough to pray to or to be a cleric, or I would.
Rebella
But-
could just, respec to a zealot barbarian, and that would be awesome.
Oh
I'll
god.
take a look at that. That
That
could
sounds
be
like a
interesting.
fancy paladin.
It's a barbarian paladin, yes. It's basically what it is.
A
I'll take
barbarian
the-
paladin of the Twilight? That would be extremely fitting.
Yeah,
This sounds like someone with Wang Doodle's level of ethics. I'm on board.
I'll talk to Zarina if we could do that. That would
Absolutely.
be something. She would want to still be attached or communicative with Azrael. I just literally am too dumb.
I think that would be fantastic and even fitting. I wouldn't even make you wait till the next level if you wanted to do that. We could, if we
Hell yeah.
played that out in game, that would be an instant switch.
Yeah, we'll say like I'll figure it out in between this session and next session.
But yeah, I'll give you some time to like research it and see if that's what you want to do.
Yeah. So I think I lose my berserker stuff, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
I figure warlock is basically cleric, just with a different perspective on things.
Yeah.
True.
The only difference is the terms of the agreement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
exactly how you've written up the transaction.
Like a warlock is like you go to that seedy used car dealership to buy a car. Cleric is like you actually go to the bank and get a loan, like financing.
Yeah.
It's very official.
That's the only difference. Yeah, that's the only difference. It's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, now I'm just thinking like Warlock Pact. Come on down to Fishy Frank's Car Emporium.
Warlocks definitely carry a much higher APR. And
Yeah.
you're not paying the principal for many years, you're only paying interest.
Oh God, my heart.
You know, one of those, we won't check your credit. Buy it today.
Yeah,
Don't
all
read the
credit
paperwork."
accepted.
You managed to walk off the lot with a 3-year-old Mustang with less than 10,000 miles on it for the low price of $120,000.
Oh, that's nothing. They put in a good word and got my interest down to 28%.
Woo!
27.99%.
That's
Yeah.
just like my credit card. As you all continue, the few of you that continue to eat the feast feel full and sated. You've not had a heroic feast like this in quite some time, and you feel empowered by the full and comforting feeling in your stomach. As for Wangdoodle and Rain, you do not partake, but the room is filled with delightful smells. Rebella, you sit in silence, and if you pray, what do you say, even if it's short? I'm interested.
She would hope that Azrael was doing well and send her love, and also let him know that there could be people trapped there. That if he can help, that would be wonderful. But
Dear God!
Dear Azrael, my favoriteest god ever, because I don't have gods otherwise.
It's almost like Azrael can hear you right now.
But yeah, she'd go on to let him know if he could find the people that got trapped there by him, and can figure out a way to transport them. She would be grateful, but she knows she's asking a lot.
How do you wrap up your prayer? You give it an amen, or perhaps a
I miss you.
thanks. I miss you. That's a good
She'd
one.
probably say, I miss you.
Let's see.
And pats them on the head.
Yeah.
She spiritually tries to pat you on the head.
Azrael, I will say you do get that. Head pats and all. And that is something we will discuss offline.
Yeah.
Almus has given you his stateroom and has promised a quiet rest of the trip. The two miscreants are locked in the brig, and the rest of the crew, aside from the mildly drug-addled goblin who may have partaken a little too much, are busy at work making sure the ship sails right into this storm. As you all go to sleep, do you all sleep in the stateroom, or do you retire to the different beds that are on the ship?
Garbella will stay in the stateroom.
I'll go find the bedroom that he was in before, which I actually think was the bathroom.
It was a
That's
bathroom.
pretty on brand.
This sounds, yeah.
It
The
was
meal
a
is
tiny room
concluded.
that looked like it had space for him.
You can all retreat to a bed.
Or toilet.
Or toilet.
Or toilet, or wherever you wish to sleep tonight. Together, separate, in the rain.
Garbella's literally just gonna curl up where she is.
There is a large fur on the floor from an unknown animal. If you wish to give it a look, you can make me a nature check. But otherwise, the room is warm and comfortable.
I do occasionally have good nature rolls. Let's do it just for fun.
Oh,
Hey, that'll be the crit of the day.
Damn.
wow.
I really know whatever the hell this is.
It's an
I lived
owlbear
and breathed
pelt.
it. Owlbear. Interesting.
A massive owlbear pelt. It's both fluffy and feathery at the same time. and very large, fits under a king-size bed easily with room to spare. The animal that it must have been taken off of had to have been massive.
God dang.
All right, let me look at the rest of you. Wangdoodle, you have found a space on the second floor of the ship. 2 beds, and a nice cozy little place to store your things. A small window you can look out tells you it is still raining outside, and thick clouds pass near you. The storm may not let up anytime soon. I'm looking at where Kozlo is. Ah, Kozlo, I see you found the bathroom.
Yes.
His bedroom, yes.
Kozlo is like getting into the like actual bathtub that's here, but like that it's gonna be gross like in a hurry. Like there's no way that bath doesn't like end up awful.
Kazu, to your surprise, the copper bathtub is about half full of water, and there is a round depression in the bottom of the tub, and you see a circular red crystal embedded in the bottom of the tub. Make me an investigation check, please. You recognize it almost immediately. It is a flattened and carved Borean shard that holds a small amount of fire magic in it. You assume that its purpose is to keep the tub at a regulated temperature. There's a metal ring around it that looks like it can spin both clockwise and counterclockwise, that it's embedded in the bottom of the tub, presumably to control the amount of fire magic released from it. You could boil yourself alive if you cranked it up to 11.
Kozlo will set it to a comfortable for him lukewarm.
Ah, a 2. A tepid swamp, perhaps.
Yes.
You get tepid swamp. It is perhaps slightly cooler than body temperature and gives you a little bit of goosebumps. Although it is a nice little, an interesting piece of magic. Although, one of the more common uses for Borean shards, aside from shards that are infused with fire magic in order to provide illumination.
Yeah, there's a very high chance that I steal this before we leave.
The tub warmer. You're gonna take his magical tub warmer.
It does sound like something Kozlo would do.
Rain. Almus's bed is surprisingly clean, and the sheets pulled neatly over it. The pillowcases have been changed recently. And the lanterns next to you have fresh wicks. Looks like they, may have stocked up recently. And as you are aware, they went to Rascal's Reef relatively recently.
Rain just kind of like sets up in the middle of the bed, pulls out her spell book, and doesn't actually sleep because she doesn't need to. Grabella,
Yeah.
would you like to get some rest?
I don't have to do much of that like, everybody else, but
Oh, no, I get that, but would you like to? I could help you dream. I could even send you to Charlindra if you'd like. For the night.
yeah, I would like that.
Okay. I'll stay up, don't worry. And Rain will cast Dream on Gerbella.
Oh,
And
that's
send
at
her-
will. You don't even have to use a spell slot.
Hell yeah. Well, so Rain was gonna do it to go spend the night with
Eris?
Airs.
Eris.
You
My God,
forget
why
your
am I
husband's
blanking?
name?
Yeah, that
Totally.
guy.
That fucking guy?
Well, he's
That
never
fuck-
around. He's always out on fucking business. So no. But I think Gerbella needs it more right now. So Rain casts you into a dream, into Charlindra's dream specifically, and as soon as she falls asleep, you guys will be sharing a dream. Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. Rain's not going with. You do your thing.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of sexy pasta eating, don't worry.
Rain casts a wet dream.
Yep. It's exactly what just happened.
Grabella would probably, aside from, cuddles and pasta, tell her what had happened.
Charlindra, after the post cuddles and pasta, gives you a very worried but understanding hug, and it seems to last forever. And the last thing she whispers to you before your blissful dream ends for the evening is, "Please be safe. I love you."
I love you too.
Is Cuddles and Pasta the Arctis version of Netflix and chill?
Exactly.
At
It is
least,
now.
at least for
now.
these two.
It is now.
At least for these two. It's their weird thing. It's what they did, the first time they hung out with everybody after whatever ridiculous thing that we did. I don't even...
Olive Garden and Snuggles.
Olive Garden. Charlindra has told you that Volca has been working basically tirelessly going down into the Vicaris tunnels and trying to find anyone that she can that might be escaping Vicaris, or anybody that wishes to come to Maginox for any reason. She has not seen Volca take a wink of sleep and is very worried that she is going to work herself into exhaustion. But the Vaki are resilient, and well, she is not going to tell her to stop saving people, but she hopes that Volca will possibly take her own feelings and needs into consideration in the future. There are more people coming to Maginox, some desperate. There has been a little bit more concern about some of them not wishing to go to House Hamaki and trying to find other darker employ, but they, due to the current landscape of Maginox, there are no, thieves' guilds in order to sell roguelike services if one wishes to steal for a living. And so that has put them in a little bit of a disarray. But
Or they have to just work for us. Which they don't want to do, probably.
yeah, which they probably would want to do anyway. But Charlindra is a little more worried about Volca than anything, out of just seeing how selfless she's been. And in recalling that, you can sense a little bit of guilt from Charlindra. She sits and watches Volca work herself to death. Charlindra is, it doesn't seem like she is working as hard, and she feels particularly bad about it.
The best thing you could do is make her take a break. Even if you have to kindly force her.
She understands, and after you have told her about the things on the ship, she makes jokes about sending her a couple of those Caranthian carrots in order to knock her out. But for now, things will be stable enough. You're only going to... It's only about 36 hours to Rascal's Reef, and 36 hours back, so you shouldn't be gone too terribly long, if all goes well.
Assuming, yes. It's gone
gotta say
great
it
so
like that.
far. I don't know what to do.
What do you mean? Did I say it ominously?
But you often do, it's fine.
The delightful dream does not seem to have an end, and when you wake up, it is only because you feel well rested and have spent time with Charlindra that you know wasn't just a figment of your imagination. A shared vision between two people in a giant bowl of pasta.
It's never ending.
Oh, did you get the never-ending breadsticks too?
No, hell yeah, you know we did.
I feel like breadsticks is just implying, or you're doing it wrong.
Oh yeah, no, Rain didn't skimp on the on the bottomless breadsticks.
Well, now I want breadsticks. Shit.
Yeah, me too. Damn. Okay,
The lake might still be open.
Coslow, you will wake up in the bathtub, your fingers and toes wrinkled and pruned from the lukewarm water that has been set on a 2 the entire time. Wangdoodle, excuse me. You are awoken by a beam of what the hell is that coming through your window? Is that sunlight? Is that the dawn? You haven't seen that in a while. Not since you've left Borealis, at least. It is still raining outside, and it's still cloudy, but the sun poking through the shutters on the ship is a delightful surprise. Where's Seaswab?
I am. I went on the main deck to the like the back entrance to like
I
go
see.
down or whatever.
You're
And I just found a room and I'm fucking chilling.
perfect. Under the north part of the ship, kind of polar opposite to the captain's quarters, is a lot of the crew quarters, and you find a somewhat rumpled bed and a map in the room that details the coast of Maginox and the current location of Rascal's Reef. Otherwise, you are not disturbed during your rest, aside from the occasional bouts of thunder that echo across the bow of the ship. When you wake up, there's a bit of sun streaming through the cracks in the walls, and you hear the pitter-patter of rain still hitting the top of the deck.
Rain, why are you hitting the top of the deck, bro?
Rain, stop hitting the deck!
God damn it, you nerd.
Range is up there doing a river dance right now for some reason. Inexplicably.
Very loud.
Coslow, up on deck, the sun is trying to peek through the clouds, but it's very difficult. It's a cloudy day, but a day that you haven't seen probably since we've started this campaign. It is steadily raining. The ship is rocking back and forth as you've gotten through the worst of the storm. Coslow, make me a perception check.
Damn.
As you look out into the dawn, you get a friendly nod from both Almus and Sue, who are up on the north parts of the ship, staring out into the storm. Almus has a telescope, and he's peering out into the beyond. 20 feet up is the goblin Trifty Wet-Eye, and she's up on the ropes, a hand over her brow, peering out at the horizon.
Morning, Coslow. How'd you sleep?
Coslow, with your perception check, you feel kind of a thud under your feet as perhaps a wave hits the ship, but you see movement down in the water, a dark shape flitting around very close to the ship.
What's that in the water?
She looks back down at you after gazing at the horizon and...
Huh? What do you mean?
There's something smacking into the ship, swimming around down there.
What? But not a triton, perhaps. They would normally come at a distance and make themselves known. He peers down into the water.
I don't know, I just saw something swimming around and whacked into the side of the ship. Jesus.
He squints and looks into the water. No. I see something as well.
I missed that.
Real quick, Christina, do we get a long rest?
You do. Everybody gets a long rest.
In case something's about to pop off, for those of us who have to prepare spells, you know.
Yeah.
And
that old thing.
me and Seaswag get to keep our 15 temp HP.
We
right?
do.
You do.
Stupid boss called me just now.
Tell him-
I don't get to go to Taipei. I don't get to go to Taipei. Boo.
No!
Too valuable. They can't lose me for a month.
Rip.
Gravella, how do you feel about being charmed?
Grimilla will blush and be very confused.
What does this mean?
Like, is that a problem for you?
You think of Charlinda? Clearly not.
I think so. I don't know how this works.
Like, if somebody who is very powerful with magic told you, oh, murder all your friends, how would you respond typically?
I'm pretty sure Grimilla is very capable of being charmed.
Cool.
Yeah, she's only resistant to poison, psychic, and thunder.
That is essentially the question, so
Yeah,
good to know.
Goslow is now like running around to the edges of the ship and looking over the edges as much as he can.
All hands on deck, all hands on deck. We've got some suspicious activity hovering just below the boat. Don't man the cannons, it's too close. Look over the edge. Could be some squid out here. They normally don't mess with the boats. Unless something is driving them out here. He looks on the other side. Sea Swab, make me a perception check.
Perception. Alright. You don't see shit.
I like how I rolled a 20 and ended up with a 19. You rolled a 1 and ended up with a 7.
Sea Swab, you don't see anything but the churning waves below you.
Did we
Rainbow
forget what
Spawn.
water in the sea looks like, Almus?
I forget how to use these arrows.
You double click them.
So if they're like the narrow passageway one, you run into it. But if it's like out in the open, you have to be within 5 feet and double click it.
Yeah.
Rain puts on a really fancy but sort of beaten and worn leather pirate's hat that she bought while they were at Magnox. That may or may not happen to also be a hat of water breathing.
May or may not.
I think Kozlo is weirded out by this enough that he's just going to get out his cannon just in case. Not the Bernie one.
What are we looking at? Are the dolphins?
No, something potentially down below. And I don't think it looked friendly.
Did you say unfriendly?
I don't know, but I don't like anything skulking about in the depths below the ship. Not when we're this close to Rascal's Reef. Kozlo, another dark shape darts by in the water, but this time you catch a glimpse.
There, it's right there. There's a thingy.
A massive,
I don't like
spiky octopus with a large, engorged cranium begins to slap tentacles onto the sides of the ship from below, and it's slowly dragging itself up the side of the ship.
Well, this seems bad.
She gets her weapons on.
There are more slapping sounds as tentacles hit the side of the ship, and the gargoctopus begin to drag themselves up the side. Mariel points down and says, "Here, here, Captain! An octopus!" I will need everybody to roll for initiative for me.
Okay.
Jesus.
Apparently
No!
we're just really good at things today.
I am blind. I can't find my initiative.
It is on the
it's-
left, kind of underneath your
Portrait.
Portrait, yeah.
Appreciate it. I can't read.
No, you're good.
No, it took me a minute to find it too. I was like, wait, it's not anywhere that I expect it to be. So where do I not think it is? And that's
All right, we'll roll initiative for the rest of the. Excuse me, I might need some water. For the rest of the crew of the Silent Arrow and the Gargoctopus that are trying to pull themselves up the side of the ship.
Wow. That's so gross. Well, anybody in the mood for some calamari?
Kozlo, you're up. They must be attracted by the damnable things we've picked up in Rascal's Reef. Marlon, no, don't give him my meat.
Wait, is that where we're headed? We haven't even picked anything up there yet.
No, but perhaps they're just drawn by the livestock, or perhaps all of the butchering and the blood that Marlev has had to toss into the ocean. Maybe they want a little more. I don't know. Just get rid of them.
Damn it, Marlev, why do you make everything worse?
I'm just doing my job.
Well, do it better, Jesus.
Then what do I do with the chum?
Eat it.
Wait. Oh my god, maybe I could make some blood sausage.
There you go, now you're thinking with portals.
I'm trying to decide if I want to risk using fire at all here.
There's enough water nearby. I'm sure that, things can't get too out of hand.
It's true. I'm going to try this first.
What would you like to know?
Do they look like they have any immunities? Yeah, do they look like they have any immunities?
They are not immune to anything.
Okay. Damn, I just realized a better question I should have asked.
Next turn. You'll never get another insight check, you know this, right?
I'll never make one ever again. Here's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I have a smart idea for once. Kozlo is going to. He looks around. He kind of realizes fire, and especially fireball here, is probably a really bad idea.
Wooden ship, yeah.
Yeah.
You said you promised him no explosives.
So Kozlo, hold on, I need to measure distance here. Okay, perfect. Kozlo will run down the deck here a bit, leaving the cannon up top for now.
Okay.
And target Grabella. And Kozlo's gonna cast haste.
Oh.
Oh, dear lord.
So that gives you +2 to AC, advantage on dex throws, and you basically get an additional attack each turn.
Okay.
You can also use that on dash, disengage, hide, or use an object if you want.
The buffs are working, so what is reflected in your character sheet is correct. I just confirmed.
Cool. Kozlo will then click his heels and use his boots of whatever the shit they were that will teleport him back to where he was, a point that he was recently.
Okay.
And the cannon is going to shoot this one that's up here. It is blocked by a wall.
Oh, he is about 20 feet down. You're going to have to wait for him to climb up, or you're going to have to put your cannon over the side.
Okay. Can I not see any of the other ones then? I cannot see the other
Since you're up top on those stairs, you're kind of at an elevated position. You can see this one, but you would have to be kind of on the edge. This guy over here, you would have to be like 5 feet from him in order to see him because he's directly under you right now.
Okay.
But they're all at like -20 height.
So if I move the cannon like over here, can it shoot this guy?
Yeah, I'm gonna move your cannon actually outside the wall, just so he can do his thing. That'll hit. Do you want to knock the Gargoctopus down 5 feet?
Yes, obviously.
Okay, he will go back into the water and is submerged. He will have to climb 25 feet in order to get to the top of the ship. I'll move your cannon back where it belongs. I wonder if I could I wonder if this accepts negative values. Hold on. Might break the game. Nope! Cannot do that. It definitely puts him under the canvas.
Okay, I think that ends my turn.
Sue, next to you, also sees the Gargoctopus down that way. Looks at the one over here, and she's just gonna hold her action until that thing drags itself onto the deck. Grabella.
My turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it on the deck? Or
Not
like
yet. All of them are 20 feet down.
20 feet down.
I just can't display negative values without them disappearing.
20 feet down.
Only he has a single tentacle and you can see his bulbous head just under the water, looking at you, waiting to crawl up the side of the deck.
I can't really do a whole lot until he gets up here, is the biggest issue. Like, my floaty fly, I'd have to like land on his head, which I guess I could do.
You have wings. You could potentially fly. What's your fly? Is it 20?
60 feet, I think?
60? You could fly down to where he is, attack him, and fly back onto the deck of the ship.
All right.
That's 20.
You know what?
It's 5 over. Oops.
Oh,
that was a
I
pass
did
turn.
the
1 sec.
thing again. I did the thing again. Sorry.
Because it would be 5 over, 20 down, 20 up, 5 over. That's
Oh, and
50.
I have haste, so it's 120.
Oh, Jesus. Anywhere.
Oh, that's right, you have double move.
The world
right.
is your oyster.
You will have to put me on top of the octopus because I can't. I could just target him from here, I guess. And
No, I'll put you over there.
Okay. She has landed on what she can find of him, and she is going to.
FYI, you do have to manifest the wings as a bonus action, so I am assuming that is used.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. Bonus action wings. And then did I do some fucky shit in between rounds? I might have done some fucky shit in between rounds. Anyway, we'll try this. We'll
You fly down to the
Attack.
Gargoctopus's level, with a sword in hand. That'll hit.
also added some fire damage on there.
Sure did, an extra D10.
I think I can hit once more, even though I haven't raged, or is that incorrect?
You have
I have
haste,
to rage.
so you have
Yeah, I have at least one more, or is
at
it?
least you have 3 attacks.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
get 3
Okay.
attacks and you use your hasted attack.
All right, then we're just gonna go ham.
That'll hit. A third attack can slice into the Gargoctopus. That'll also hit. Alright, a flurry of slashes. You'll have to get back up on the ship.
She will do this.
Okay, I
I
will move
assume
you
this
back.
might prompt. Would it prompt an attack of opportunity or no?
It would.
Okay, go for it. Hit me up.
I will hit you. Actually, I think I can hit you through the wall. Let's see. The said tentacle that's clinging to the wall momentarily peels off with a and tries to grab you as you fly back up. It says, blocked by a wall. I'm gonna move you a moment. And Gorbella, I believe that hits your AC exactly?
Yes, I am going to do this though. As a reaction.
Rude. All right. You will use reaction to 2d6 thunder damage to it. Takes another 8 damage. Okay.
Just for flare points, let's say Gorbella lightnings herself back onto the ship.
But not without the suckers ripping off some skin as you go back up. And you are put back onto the ship.
How much damage was that?
Your shield did 9 damage to it.
Oh, I meant how much damage did I take?
Oh, I'm sorry. The shield did 8, and you took 9. It already applied.
Oh, okay. I thought so, but I wanted to triple check. Okay,
Yeah.
that'll in my turn.
Very good. Almus curses as he sees the octopi trying to get on his ship. Damnable sea beasts! Don't let them sink this, or we're all dead. 3 of them? Ridiculous.
I wasn't really considering letting them sink the ship, but thanks for the tip, Almus.
Yes, of course. They're too close for me to do anything. Alright, everybody. Grab your swords. We're in for a fight. The Gargoctopus, Grabella, that is nearest to you, that already lashed out at you with a tentacle, will climb his full climb and get up on the top of the ship. He's gonna go into an unoccupied space.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, he's a big guy.
He's a big boy.
I hate this.
And immediately just squirts ink everywhere. A 20-foot radius cloud of darkness extends around the Gargoctopus. The area is heavily obscured until the start of his next turn. If underwater, he can use the dash action as a bonus action after releasing the cloud.
You into the cloud.
Back to the darkness. I'm covered in ink! Mariel takes a couple steps out and rubs her eyes. Ugh, disgusting. Another Gargoctopus down south pulls itself onto the top of the ship. And will also immediately
Oh god, there's multiple of them.
It's inking all over my ship!
This is gonna take a lot of cleaning.
Rain, you're up.
I don't know what you want Rain to do. That's nasty.
A swirling cloud of darkness surrounds the Gargoctopus.
Bonus action, Rain will activate Blade Song. And apparently activate it 17 times.
It's like you do. That's fine.
Oh, each of the little stars are like each of the individual bonuses, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. And I don't really have a good target that's not an ink blob. So we'll go ahead and take this lovely opportunity to cast Mirror Image as well. see this one guy up here? Yeah. Rain will insight check the one that she can see.
Go ahead. You kind of peek
Nope.
over. Oh, wow. Well, that's a big octopus.
Yeah, Rain's gonna just like, yeah, we're gonna slide right back there. That'll be the
20.
end of Rain's turn.
Black hole, but negative luminosity. Okay, just visualizing the dark clouds because the templates don't move with the dudes. All right, next up, Wang Doodle. You've been inked. You are sitting in a cloud of darkness, and ink stings your eyes.
Well, joke's on them. I got goggles.
Little windshield wipers
The
coming
goggles.
off your goggles.
Say do something.
That's a little.
Safety first. Wang Doodle will reach into his rucksack and throw out two very miniature versions of his one of his flamethrower, one of his standard cannon, that upon reaching the deck will swiftly grow to full size.
The cannons appear.
Great. Now, like the cannons, I will need to locate a target, so I will strategically reposition, not run away, strategically reposition myself.
Mm-hmm.
And, okay. Good. I will try to get insight on the one back here.
All right, give me the roll.
Give me failed numbers.
Oh, what would you like to know?
Ah, crap, I wasn't ready for that to succeed. You know, how healthy is it looking? Let's
Let's give it a good peek. Looks like the cannon has scorched it a little bit, forcing it back down into the water. Plus, it has to climb an extra 5 feet, so it's actually not even going to get up on the deck unless it double moves.
Is it possibly at the height of the cannons?
No, it's minus 25 right now.
Darn it. Alright, then we're gonna try to take a good aim. Alright, so it's minus 25, so it's not up on the side.
Correct.
Alright, great. We're gonna have the cannon blind fire directly behind where it, like basically shooting right where it came from. And we'll activate the flamethrower to just immediately open up.
Oh god. Alright, your cannon will, if you want to hit this one that is currently still down in the water, your cannon has to be on the edge of the boat.
Yeah, it can't move, so we're gonna fire into the ink. See if high velocity can move some of it.
Make that roll with disadvantage. No! Blap blap! Grabella, something loud goes whizzing by your ear.
Alright, you know what? That's fine. That doesn't matter. The other one doesn't need to know where it's aiming.
I can hear that you're trying to talk, Cherry, but you're muted.
Oh, hello?
Sorry, she said what the heck and asked if she needed to hit the deck or something.
As you say that, you just feel a gout of fire in front of you as Wang Doodle's flamethrower goes off.
Oh, good God.
The Gargoctopus makes a dex save and fails, takes 7 fire damage from the flamethrower. A welcome response to it climbing up on the deck. The smell of singed calamari fills the air.
And this ink isn't by any chance combustible, right?
It is not combustible ink.
Well, you know, you gotta ask. You gotta try these things out.
It's fair. It's a fair ask.
All right. Well, I'm out of ideas. I shot in the dark.
Is that the end of your turn, Wangdoodle?
Yes, it is.
All right. Next up, the Gargoctopus to the north. He is gonna double move. He's gonna double climb. He's gonna get on the ship.
Oh my god, it's disgusting!
You hear Trifty squealing from the rafters. Sea Swab, you're up.
Hey,
The only one that you can
So I
see that
can't-
is not surrounded by a cloud of darkness is the one to the north.
all right. Well, then we'll go north. A little insight check.
What would you like to know?
I would like to know if it has any. I know it's not immune to anything. Is it vulnerable to lightning?
It has no vulnerabilities.
Boo. In that case, I will. Just gonna do a chromatic orb.
The orb goes sailing into the darkness. Or excuse me, into the dawn. So used to saying darkness.
I like shake my hand out like, oh, it's been a while.
Still getting used to those fancy shoes.
I will. Twin spell and try again.
Okay. It's Orbin time! Says Orbius.
Yeah, does a 10 hit?
10 does not hit.
Ugh. Well, alright, hold on. I got it. That's gonna be my turn though.
Okay. Top of the round, round 2. Kozlo, you're up. One octopus has used double move to get up to the tip top of the ship and has now pulled itself over the side, but has not been able to ink like its two friends down below. What do you do?
I've been trying to decide that this whole time, and I'm still not sure. I think Cannon will step over here and fire a shot at it.
Oh! That's a crit! My god! 27 damage, square to the center of the face. You just see the Gargoctopus's skull kind of softly sink in under the force of the ballista. Do you want to knock it back 5 feet?
Yes, I would like to knock it back.
It's gonna make an acrobatics check to see if it can hang on to the side. And it does. It does not fall into the water. Its suckers suck onto the ship and it springs back up, staying on just barely.
That gives me an idea. I'm gonna grease that boy.
If you
That was a terrible sound effect.
really was. God, where do you grease it? On the boy?
So I assume it's like so the grease radius happens to be exactly the radius of this guy. Yeah. So I'm imagining this as seeing it get knocked back and trying to like grab onto the edge of the ship to not fall over. And so Kozlo follows up the force ballista, knocking it back by greasing just that like edge of the ship.
As you grease the side of the ship, you see the suckers trying to hang on for dear life, and then you hear them go pop, 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 pop as the grease lubricates that side of the ship, and the Gargoctopus goes slipping down into the water with a massive splash. The grease on the side of the ship holds, and he will not be able to climb back up on that particular spot on the ship.
Yeah, he will not be able to climb back up on that side of the ship, Bob.
That
Doesn't look like he'll be able to climb up on that exact spot on the ship.
That's a bold strategy for Kozlo Greenfinger. Let's see how it works out for him.
I will also attempt a insight check, I suppose.
I didn't see it. I told you that was going to be the last one you make this session.
Okay, on my screen, the die literally got stuck, like, angled halfway between an 8 and a 20.
It just aired with your usual then. That's
Yeah.
the dice is like, I don't know, man. Like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. Alright, that ends my turn.
It's okay. Kozlo and Rain can be, like, shitty insight roll buddies.
Sue looks disappointed that she was not able to punch the octopus to death.
Wait, hadn't she readied an action for when it got up there?
Oh shit, she totally forgot to punch the octopus. She did. DM just forgot. Crabella, you're up. You are currently encased in a cloud of ink as it boils around the Gargoctopus that has pulled itself up onto the ship.
You are.
Yes, I hadn't quite brained things. I am going to. Let's see. I have to target myself first, and then find my reach button that I thought I had prompted, but is apparently now broken. All right. I don't know. Am I still hasted?
Yes.
Oh god, I don't know how many times that means I can hit. Somebody will have to math real quick, but I'm gonna start.
Three. You have 3 attacks. 3 attacks.
Alright. So, we do...
Hasted Raging Barbarian is possibly one of the most terrifying things in D&D.
Hey, it's fine. I'm sure he totally will die soon.
That'll hit.
Hell yeah.
Mind you, these are with disadvantage because he's in a cloud of ink.
Ah, okay.
You cannot see him, so I'm gonna undo this.
Okay.
One more roll for will just be the first attack. We'll take the lowest of the 2.
Attack. Manage.
Or okay, that's fine too. Okay, that'll still hit. And one more damage roll for me.
Can you add the +3 from the last time, the fire thing? Because it didn't apply this time.
I sure can.
Thank you.
All right, 2 more attacks, Grabella.
We go again.
Disadvantage. 15 will still hit. The Gargoctopus is starting to look very battered as it doesn't have significant armor against Grabella's attacks.
And we go again.
Disadvantage. All right, murder the octopus, ma'am.
You just hear very loudly from the other side.
Just the sound of sharp swords slicing through calamari.
Beautiful.
It doesn't matter that she can't see it because she's just swinging so rapidly and she can tell by where the sword stops.
It's true. That is how Grabella senses things, by end of her sword.
Grabella, does that end your round?
All of these minutes.
That will end your round. I'm gonna cough a little and die first though.
Oh, good. Where did it go? Oh, it's back in the water. What's What's going on in the ship? Why is my ship full of ink? This is going to take forever to get out.
Is the other one still alive?
The one up here has been knocked back in the water by Coslow, and now the side of my ship is covered in what appears to be pork fat.
I mean, the cook should use that. That'd be delicious.
That sounds great. Well, yes, he can scrape it off the side of the ship when we're done, and perhaps even eat some of this calamari. It looks delightful. But don't tear apart my ship in the process. He will hold his action until the Gargoctopus comes back up, and then stab it. The Gargoctopus to the south. Where did Grabella go?
Oh, I thought you said I had killed it. I will stay where I was.
No, it is very much still alive.
Okay. Then I am here.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Beat me up.
At the start of the Gargoctopus's turn, the cloud dissipates. And the ink splatters to the ground as if it weren't airborne in the first place. And the Gargoctopus slithers kind of in between the flamethrower and Grabella, oozing between the two with its relatively amorphous body. It levels its tentacles onto Grabella and will proceed to make 4 tentacle attacks against her. Raising tentacles high, it begins to slam. Why does it say... hold on. 1 second. It says Grabella is 20 feet away. Is very much not a truth.
Apparently decided I didn't get to come back.
The first tentacle attack will miss. And it slams tentacles onto the deck. That one does hit. Grabella, do you have a reaction you want to use?
I do. Wait.
Alright, 2d6 thunder damage. 6 damage back to it, but it continues its assault. Grabella, because you are raging, it normally would do 13 damage. You take 6 damage from the tentacle slam. And it will do 2 more.
Alright, buddy, I can keep going.
Oh, that one will miss completely, slamming onto the deck of the ship. The last one hitting, slamming Grabella across the side of the head. But she is too angry to die and only takes 5 damage, normally 11, from the tentacle's slam. Now, Grabella, because you got hit by 2 tentacles, I need you to make me... let's see, 1 second. The target is a medium or smaller creature. You are grappled. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. The Gargoctopus can automatically hit the target with its tentacle, but it can't use the same tentacle on another target. The Gargoctopus can grapple up to 4 creatures at one time. So on your turn, if you want to be unrestrained from the Gargoctopus, you will have to try and escape. But currently you are restrained. Boop.
And the haste will give you advantage on dex throws. FYI.
Cool.
Yes. Behind the Gargoctopus, the young drow takes out a dagger and bravely begins to stab. I've got this, Grabella! Hang on!
Be careful, it's definitely very sticky.
Disgusting! At least it's large enough for me to hit. Die, you big disgusting thing! She stabs her dagger into the back of it, just below the base of its gelatinous skull. And Grabella, the tentacles let you loose, and you fall to the ground. You are no longer restrained.
Oh, thank goodness.
and the Gargoctopus falls into an inky lump on the deck of the ship. Ah! I did it! Gabella, are you alright?
Good job. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
Alright, one down, one to go.
oh, there might be two. Look over to the south. There is a
God
Gargoctopus,
dang it.
and it has pulled itself onto the top of the ship. It had inked, and now is revealed to the crew. And it will begin to slap its tentacles on the side of the deck as it moves, flaps forward, right up to Marliv. Get away from me, you walking calamari!
Stab him!
Marliv is gonna take some damage. Marliv is grappled. Don't die, Marliv. That's 2.
I wanted to eat more of your delicious food.
The third attack will miss. And the fourth tentacle attack, swinging over Marliv's head, he ducks down, butcher knife in hand. Yeah, swing those giant calamari sticks at me. I'm gonna deep fry them and serve them with butter. My game is a little laggy today. Rain, you're up.
Well, how convenient that he came over here. Makes my job a lot easier. We're just gonna stab him. I'm flanking with Marliv, right?
You are. Marliv's got a knife. That'll hit.
And we will toss green flame blade in there.
A little green flame blade.
Oh, right. It casts now with an attack, so we'll just use our next attack. We'll
Sure.
just do that instead.
Yeah, that's fine. It says it works now, so let's see. 22 hits. Roll damage. Oh yeah, sure did. Whoa!
Okay.
The burning!
Marliv
no!
did not. Marliv
Marliv,
shouldn't take that damage.
I guess he was the only valid target. That's fucking hilarious. Marliv. Ah!
Yeah, no, we respect that. Good job, Green Flame Blade. Honestly, that's the best it's ever worked on its own.
It's true.
It does take an additional 10 piercing damage, though.
Okay.
Blade Song is still not incorporating. It doesn't look like my intelligence modifier into its damage rolls.
Okay, good to know. Marliv lives another day.
Yeah, I did not torch Marliv.
Poor Marliv.
Or did I?
Or did...
I
Rain.
will try to insight check the gentleman. Nope.
No,
Carry on.
Too concerned about Marliv. Wangdoodle, you're up.
Because I know Freudian slips happen with spell casting as well.
Well, yeah, your flamethrowers do currently look like 2 boobs. A wooga. A wooga!
We're going to set up the big brain play right here. Alright, we're gonna get the guns into position because we like guns in position. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on.
God, please.
I swear this doesn't
Marliv
normally
is
happen
nice.
to me.
Alright, now I'm gonna move.
Okay.
Alright, now it's all working. Everything's in position for this to go beautifully.
Oh
I'm
no.
expecting it not to.
Wangdoodle's
Time to activate Gauntlet.
strategizing.
I'm gonna point at the big boy.
Wait. Con save? Makes it?
Darn it. Alright. Well,
No-
this is why we backed
no
up for
warping.
everything else.
Plan B.
I just wanted to know if they would go well with the space program, that's all. You know. Alright. Plan B. Roast them and launch them.
Okay. Solid. Classic. In that order.
Hopefully.
Rain, a blast of slow energy goes careening past your face. It makes you feel ill just being near it. The Gargoctopus makes the dex save and takes half damage, takes 6 damage from the flamethrower.
Alright. Distracted by the flames, we're gonna shoot him.
Surely he won't see this coming.
Absolutely won't.
Dodges like Neo in the Matrix.
Alright, that was the warning shot. That was the warning shot. Just, you want to give up now. So really, really hope I don't get it next time.
Wangdoodles, does that end your round?
Yes, it does.
Okay, said Gargoctopus up to the north cannot climb on the greasy spot and is going to have to find a different place to climb up. What is his swim? I actually have to see it. Okay. So he's just gonna double move. So he's gonna go to a new spot and try and climb up. Almost gets shoved off to the side as the Gargoctopus bullies his way up, but cannot make an action as he has double moved. Sea Swab, you're up.
Alright.
Oh, I'm sorry. Admiral Almus, although he gets bullied back, is going to use his held actions and use his named weapons. I've got you, squid! And with a couple of keen attacks, one with his rapier and the other with his dagger, he takes advantage of the Gargoctopus's momentary exhaustion, hitting with both. Oops. The first strike doing 12 slashing damage, and the second doing 9. Let's see. That is all he will do. Yes, Sea Swab, you are up.
And then I'm going to cast a lightning bolt.
Classic lightning bolt. Oh god. Makes the dex save, halves the damage. You are within 10 feet, so you can do a Heart of the Storm. Gargoctopus takes 14 lightning damage from the lightning bolt, and 6 from Heart of the Storm.
There's another one down there.
There is. The Gargoctopus, momentarily stunned by the lightning coursing through him, just kind of goes... But it's still standing.
That's pretty much all I can do. So that'll be it for me.
Okay. Top of the round, round 3. Kozlo, you're up. Kozlo, you are concentrating on grease.
Grease isn't a concentration spell. I'm concentrating on haste.
Oh, you're concentrating on a haste. My bad. My bad. I was gonna make a John Travolta joke, but you literally ruined it.
Yeah, that's what I do. I ruin things.
You could have made the joke if you weren't being so hasty.
Ah! I'm being
Don't worry.
outplayed!
Just like the movie Grease, the spell Grease is also instantly forgettable. Yeah, I said it. I said it.
Whoa! Spicy Kozlo. All right. Hey!
Yeah, let him cook. There's still a chance to get canceled. Let him cook.
I think Kozlo will do something very unusual. Is he's still very nervous about using fire, especially his because his theme for all of his fire shit is bombs and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm going to shatter this fool.
Ooh.
Boom.
Boom. Alright, roll damage to see if he makes a save.
And this will add the 1d8 from my Lacaz stick.
He fails the con save and takes 14. What is that? What kind of damage is it? Force
thunder.
thunder. 14 thunder damage as he continues to be barraged with both thunder from Sea Swab and Kozlo as you call down the elements on the Gargoctopus. It continues to convulse, but it's still alive.
And Force Ballista will make an attempt again as well.
Ooh, that'll hit. It's a big squishy target.
Yeah, these things have no AC.
Oh, they just attack 4 times, which is pretty dangerous.
They do have more AC than Sea Swab.
It's true.
Also true. A 9 damage
everything
blows a
does.
significant hole in the tentacle, but it still continues to crawl towards Almus.
But it does get knocked back 5.
It does. Splash right back into the water. 20 feet down. It can't stay on the boat. Kozlo, it disappears as you launch it once again off the ship.
Kozlo just like looks over at his ballista, gives it the like woodsman slow nodding, like whatever that means.
Just nods
Like,
slowly.
Good job,
yeah.
kid. Good job,
It
kid.
slowly nods back.
Does the Gargoctopus have to save against humiliation at this point? Like, how many times does that need to happen before it has to make a save?
At least a third time. And then he just never comes back up. Kozlo, does that end your round? Yeah?
Yes, that ends the round. Sorry,
All
I was
good.
peeking down at the other thing real quick.
No problem. Sue gives you a look like it just kind of holds her hands out, or like side to side, like she's like, "I'd like to hit it like one of these days." So she can't speak, but just gives you kind of a frustrated look. Kozlo, like, huh? Huh? Grabella, you're up. You are hasted. You are raging.
I am. So I'm going to run face first into this octopus.
Marlev is next to you.
Alright, let's take care of this guy.
Your AC is an additional plus +2. God, you are hard to hit. 22 AC. You crit on the Gargoctopus. Roll damage.
Critting and adding flame.
Oh my god! Rain from the other side, quick as a blink, Grabella sails into the Gargoctopus with sword at the ready, and all you see is fire explode out the other side in a storm of draconic wings. Grabella, you have 2
Pulls
more
out a
attacks.
notepad, and just like next to Grabella's name on the notepad, it says like haste ? Puts a check next to Grabella's name.
Does she have advantage on these attacks? Because
She's flanking with rain, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Grabella, you
okay.
do hit, but you can check for the crit.
You mean roll again for
Yeah.
to see the crits?
Yeah.
No.
Nope. It'll still hit. Roll damage.
Nope.
Another gout of fire behind the Gargoctopus brings it down, and it goes lifeless, almost deflating in the end of your sword, Grabella. There's
There's
another
one
one
more
in the water.
left, right?
Kozlo just knocked it off the ship again.
I'm juggling.
Grabella will run over here.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully somebody can fish me out if I kill this thing.
The
She's
fuck,
gonna-
Belle, how much move do you have, woman? Let's see, this
so
is...
much move.
Okay, that's 25. Oh my god, you have what?
Let me,
What is your fly?
120 currently.
Alright!
Easy.
Just easy flap over, easy.
Alright, put me on his head or next to it.
Okay,
I
so
can
20,
hit
wait,
it.
let's see, so 25 and then another 50, so 75 and that's 20 down. That's 95 and then another 20 up, 150. Holy shit, you can do this. Hell yeah, brother, let's go!
We're doing the weirdest shit we can. I actually did something like
Who
this.
gave
with
the
Conan recently
barbarian
that was
haste and wings?
fucking insane. I'm gonna miss
you
this time though.
miss!
Damn it!
I'll put you
She
back.
will hop back up onto the ship, but be holding her shield in front of the admiral. And that'll be it.
Admiral Almas behind you was like, holy shit! That was the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life. Mariel comes over to the side of the ship. She is going to attempt to hide. Not very good, but... Rain, you're up. What you thinking, Rain?
So we're gonna go here, and Rain is actually gonna hop over the edge of the boat. Oh no. Well, we'll go here, and let's see if this works. Don't hop over the edge of the boat. See, that will. Starlight step. It says my path is blocked. Can you smooch me over the edge for me? Thank you.
I put baby bumpers on it so you guys wouldn't fall into the water.
It's fine. Rain just blips down onto the surface of the water and stands there.
Oh, the fucking water! Do you still have water walking?
Yes, I have a ring of water walking. It is always on.
Who did this?
I also now have a hat of water breathing, which is also always on.
I've given the players too much cool loot. Alright, Rain, stab the Gargoctopus.
And a fork of water eating, because why not?
Yeah, cause hell.
Why not indeed?
A 19 will hit.
Let me add the +5 this time.
Rain, you stab the octopus that's been blasted back into the water, and dashing over, you end it with a quick stab with mana flow. And linking ink, it sinks to the bottom of the ocean.
Oh, he never even got the ink, did he?
He did not, he never once inked.
Can somebody help me up? I can't fly back up to the top of the ship as Rain just stands there awkwardly on the surface of the ocean.
Oh yeah, I gotta put you back over there.
Up east, please. Up east.
Grabella would go swoop down and get her, if that's alright.
Hey, you can do it or I can do it.
Grabella would flap down and go pick her up and bring her back up.
I can get you, but you may take a little damage.
I think Grabella's got it. Do you want me to like roll strength or something? On
Yeah,
top
just
of
make
it?
me a
Or-
quick athletics check.
I can lightning lure you, but you might sizzle a little bit.
I can just move you.
There are so many ways that Rain could get back up to the deck of the ship,
Cosmo
She
does have
wanted to.
catapult prepared.
but apparently everybody's super excited to murder Rain in the process.
16 good enough?
16 is just fine. Grabella, you swoop down and grab Rain under the arms and give her uppies back onto the deck of the ship. Well, Almus kind of like, he tries to like catch Rain as Grabella like puts her back down politely, but he can't see because she's got mirror image on. He just grabs a mirror image and it disappears. He looks mildly
Did you
disappointed.
just broke my mirror image?
No, I was trying to help you to your feet. But it
That's
seems
not what
like,
she said.
well, your mirror image does have a delightfully tiny waist.
Rain squints her eyes at him.
It's a
It just looks
compliment.
like a really weird, like the kaleidoscope effect of just glaring eyes.
That makes me feel even worse when there's multiple of you. But thank you for saving my ship and perhaps providing Marlev with a bit of carving to do today. Could probably sell some of that meat at Rascal's Reef. As Admiral Almus had said, Marlev, down to the south, is very busily chopping some of the tentacles off of the Gargoctopus.
Grabella would help collect anything that might have slipped off of the ship, and vice versa, and load up as much as possible.
Kozlo was
Thankfully-
doing an incredibly complicated, like, high five patty cake maneuver with his horse ballista.
Clink, 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 clink,
Like,
clink.
secret handshake thing.
Well, thank you again for saving my ship. Perhaps the upcoming, what was it? The lich problem stirred these Gargoctopuses out to warmer waters. We should probably just take care and make sure to avoid any dark patches in the ocean.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, maybe don't sail over top of the weird octopus things, Almus.
Yes, yes, yes. All right, everybody. Put your arms away, back to work. Marlev,
No, so
clean up
guys,
these
I did-
Gargoctopus.
I don't know what go-go juice you keep slapping on me, but boy, please.
Oh my
I'm
god,
totally
my
gonna have Kozlo cast that by just throwing a giant syringe at Grabella next time.
Do it.
It's just like fucking Grabella goes Bane.
Oh, 1 second.
You
I'll be
should
right
make
back.
like a. You should make a like crossbow or like a not quite gun of
Oh, yeah.
syringes like my one character had, and just start putting random concoctions in them. Because
Yes.
killing a man by making him shit himself once was the greatest thing I've ever done in a game before.
Sorry, my cat had pooped up. He has a litter box up here, but he had taken exactly this moment to poop, and then looked at me like he wanted me to wipe his butt, and then like ran downstairs. So I was like, okay, all right, everything's fine.
Have to
Why do you
chase
have to
the
use
poopy
litter
butt.
box? He has one downstairs, perfectly fine. All right. Anyway, the crew, spurred into action by Admiral Almus, quickly get to work trying to salvage most of the Gargoctopus, presumably to sell it, or the ink, or the flesh, at Rascal's Reef. What are you all doing?
Yeah, probably just chilling.
I think Kozlo at this point is just like looking to the horizon, waiting to see home start to appear.
Up in the rafters, Trifty looks down at Kozlo.
You thinking about home, cuz?
Yeah, kinda.
It'll be nice. Maybe we'll get to have dinner with the family.
Oh yeah, that'll be great. They'll all try to kill me.
Yeah, but it'll be great dinner entertainment. And look at
Kozlo
you.
looks up at Trifty like, whose side are you on here?
You can handle yourself, cuz those octopus were like 12 of ya. You'll be fine against 20 to 40 goblins.
Kozlo just shrugs and looks back out over the bow. Like he's actually clearly nervous about showing up here.
I mean, what, would you rather fight one gargoctopus-sized goblin or 40 goblin-sized gargoctopus? Serious question, answer it!
I lost track of which one was which.
One big goblin or 20 small octopus?
Probably the one big goblin, 20 small octopuses would be a pain.
You need to find a really big goblin.
Rain, what are you doing?
Enjoying whatever the hell's going on here.
The crew finishes up the work and also quickly tries to clean up the deck from most of the ink that is surely to stain the wood of the SS Silent Arrow for years to come. Slowly, on the horizon, through the burgeoning dawn, Cosmo, you see a floating island. No, it's like a bunch of ships or floating pieces of wood all cobbled together in true goblin fashion. Ramshackle buildings, strong enough to hold against the churning waters, but painfully ugly to look at. Harken home. Rascal's Reef is ahead, and Trifty, up in the top, rings the bell.
Land, Reef ahoy! Ding, 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 Reef ahoy!
Bello's gonna get out his hat and his like, it'll go change into his fancy clothes as well. Put on his hat, try to make himself look as dapper as he possibly can. He's not like trying to hide his identity. He's just making himself look very like proper and high class as a goblin can appear.
What else are you guys doing? Anybody else doing anything as Rascal's Reef is on the horizon? No? All right.
I think so.
He's probably just gonna, hang out.
You look so fancy, Cosmo.
The boat continues, and the ship and the crew make preparations. They begin to park the ship outside of Rascal's Reef and send in a slightly smaller skiff to usher you to shore.
All right, everybody, why don't you guys go first? We'll wrap up everything here, and I'm sure everyone's gonna be so excited to see you, Cosmo. Good luck!
Do you all get on the skiff to go to Rascal's Reef?
Sure, sounds like fun.
All right. One moment, please. The rain stops just enough. Oops, it sure is daytime. Daytime?
We haven't had an occasion to see color in Arctis in so long, Christina.
I know, right?
You can't deprive us any longer.
Darkness level 0. Global illumination, yes. There we go.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's color!
Welcome to Color! And welcome to Rascal's Reef. The smaller skiff has brought you into the ramshackle assortment of pallets and floating ships that make up this floating island of goblins. And a steady stream of strange faces pass you by. Finned goblins, guild goblins, fish-looking people. Marrow, frog-looking people. With seal dogs, seagulls, and goblins, all looking very busy partaking in business and other shady dealings in this smuggler's cove. But exploring it will have to wait until next week. That will be the end of today's session, as the Silent Arrow has parked you at Rascal's Reef and has left you momentarily to your own devices. All right, everybody, you guys have fun today?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Time to take over another town.
God. Sounds like we already have an inn, but I'm both excited and concerned.
Well, I can't wait for you
I'm
guys
very
to
concerned.
explore all of Rascal's Reef's secrets next Monday. So I hope to see you all there. Devo, are you going to be streaming again after this?
Yeah.
Great. So everybody watching, we will fire it back over to Devilor to continue the never-ending streamathon. But the rest of you, thank you for playing. And honestly, a week is too long between sessions. I miss you already. Have a good evening, everybody, and I'll see you next Monday. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Right. Night, everybody.
Night.
All right, everybody. And that's it for Arctis today. Well, thanks for watching. Catch our full VODs over on our YouTube. It's brand new. It's all your likes and subs are greatly appreciated and seen. We're not a big channel, so give us a follow if you like the content. You can catch our shorts and funny moments over on Play Arctis on Twitter and TikTok. You get little bite-sized versions of the content if you don't want to watch the 3-hour full VODs. And I'm Zarina. Hey. I see the chatters. Hey. I usually don't like to break immersion when I'm in D&D mode for the session, but I love to say hi after the session. Big Koala 13. Hey, what's up? Nukiyashi, etc. Thank you guys for watching today. Thanks for everybody dropping in. I see Chody in the chat as well. Thank you, everybody. And thanks for being here. We will be back with another session of Arctis Ascended next Monday. Until then, enjoy the recaps and the bite-sized pieces of the content. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. We're going to go raid Devilor as he continues his streamathon. And I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.